Welcome back, guys. This is part 2 of the Trek Powerfly series we are doing right now, and we have got the Powerfly FS4. In the previous episode we looked at the Powerfly 4, which is Trek's entry-level one. This now is their mid-level setup. There is a few different features to it. It's not simply the addition of the full suspension. Trek has added and changed out a couple things. So go ahead and subscribe so you can keep an eye out for the next one, which is the FS9 equipped, and you'll get to see one of the most high-end, full suspension, everyday user-friendly bikes that Trek has to offer. Alright guys, thank you for watching. My name is Chris and let's get right to it. So on the previous video we checked out the Powerfly FS4. So on the previous video, we checked out the Powerfly 4, and that one came with Shimano's Dior system. I like it a lot, it works really well. This one also comes with that same feature. This is going to make everything feel that much better. As I said in the previous one, the 10-speed isn't too bad because you've got electric assist. So if you're looking to really put in that extra gear yourself and do a little more, this bike is going to help you excel to that all on your own power, without having to jump up to boost mode and without having to use what the bike can do for you. It does tweak a few other things here too. It's gone from the ergonomic grips to a more mountain bike style grip, and this is just going to give you a little more bite to the handlebars. So if you're doing a little more aggressive trail riding where one, the full suspension will come in handy and just be comfier, two, you're also going to be able to hold on a little bit better. Brake-wise, they are the exact same, so nothing big there, but they are good brakes. They do stop really well, and they do have the oversized rotors compared to a regular mountain bike to allow for heat dissipation, better cooling, which is pretty much the same thing, and just overall better performance. So the next thing that is different between the two models which we've checked out so far is the front fork. Very, very similar. Let's not blow it out of proportion here. It is still an SR Suntour 34 stanchion fork, but you go from the XCM to the XCR. So this one actually shaves a little bit of weight away, a couple hundred grams, nothing crazy, but it also adds the air. So this is changing it from a spring-loaded suspension system where it has simply a spring in there to allow different bounce and control, suspension, some would say, and it switches it out to an adjustable air, so we can actually fill this up for your own personalized weight, so you will actually be able to feel a better performance really easily, unlike the spring one, which is tunable, but I wouldn't call it tunable. This one is actually tunable for your weight and it'll make a much better ride experience. Overall, it's becoming a better mountain bike. One last feature which is really beneficial to many in mountain biking now is the dropper post. So this, if you have not seen before, is an adjustable seat post. Best explanation is it works like an office chair. When your weight is on it and you push this switch over here, it goes down. When your weight is off, it goes up. It's pretty simple. If you keep the switch down, it always wants to come back up. This is a really nice feature. I've had many people take the Powerfly 4 and put on the dropper post. They're about $325 to get them. A little bit of an install cost. You do have to drop the motor. It is some tight routing around there, so it is a little difficult to do, but it's possible on the 4. With the FS4, it comes included, it's ready to go, and it's a feature which many people, once they have, cannot live without. And this is on regular mountain bikes, on electric mountain bikes, on anything really. They just work well. It's easy to step on and off because the seat's nice and low instead of being in this high position. It's easy to use in a rougher, more technical terrain instead of having that seat, again, in your way, getting right into your face. Even though it's the proper pedaling position, it's in your way. Now you are able to simply push it down, really get over the back of the bike and get your weight away from the front so it doesn't seem so intimidating going down those steep downhills or over rough, rocky terrain where the bike's really pushing up underneath you. So the dropper post is a fantastic feature. Whichever model you go with, whether it's the 4 or FS4, I'd really recommend you taking note of this. On the 4, I would recommend purchasing one. I think it's well worth the money, and it makes for a really easy bike riding experience. It just makes bike riding easier, and that's the best thing I can say about it. Overall, they're very similar in design and function. They are designed to be off-road, but also on-road, campground, trails, doing some wider open track, single track, adventuring, or Trans-Canada Trail-like stuff, you can really go anywhere with it. Are you planning to enter a World Enduro Series, the E ones? No, not by any means necessary. Are you doing Whistler Bike Park laps where you're biking to the top on this thing and coming down? No, can do it, but it's definitely not designed for that. And that's the big difference between the Powerfly series and the Rail series. This one is really well stocked, has the same electric controls as the Powerfly 4, so if you need to know how to operate those in a brief tutorial, head over to that video, and if you want, maybe I'll make a shorts to just quickly go through it too. The battery and the motor are all self-contained. It's hidden within the frame. I mean, you can see it a little bit, has to breathe to keep cool. It's really easy access to take the battery out. There's a key port on the left side, and you're able to just take this whole battery out for charging or for storage. As well, you can charge built into the bike on the left side as well. There's also a charge setup. And that's the same for the Powerfly 4 and the FS4. So yeah, overall, if you're looking to do a little more adventuring and you're actually gonna go off-road and do more single track and trails and rougher and really expand your horizons, the FS4 is an excellent option. It's really going to expand where you can go. It's going to make for a comfier ride, and the features means essentially you don't need to get much more. There's not too many additions. You get some racking, some fenders, other little trinkets like that, but overall it's a really, really good bike. And yeah, I like it. I think it's a really well priced one. You're around 62, I think this one is. Yeah, you're around 62 for Canadian dollars, just under 6 for American. So it's a good value. Obviously everything's gone up in price a little bit with shipping, but these ones have stayed pretty true to where they were. They haven't changed too much. You know, I see more difference in a Trek Merlin 5 than I did in this thing, and that's really nice. Tires are made for everything, the same XR3s that are on the Powerfly 4, but yeah, I think you'll like this one. Hopefully this video helped you out. Leave a comment below with any questions. And otherwise, get ready to check out the third video in this series, all in the same outfit, because I'm doing it at the same time, the Powerfly FS9 equipped. Alright guys, good luck.